There we go. Good morning, everyone. Cabo here. Today I have decided to be cute. And every Monday is so terrible. I mean, I already hate mornings, like, a lot. But the feeling of a Monday morning is always the absolute worst. I got stuck in bed for a little extra bit, and then I had to do my house chores. And on Mondays the house chores are extra long. And also something really bad is that I ran out of tea, so I don't really have much to drink. I actually grabbed some milk in order to be able to actually be able to drink something. So I'm a little sad about that. Mm. But milk should be good for me because oh wait, but it's no longer in my stomach, so it's not gonna help. The thing is that yesterday I ate a lot of like spicy stuff, so I was thinking to myself just like, oh, I'm gonna be drinking milk and it's gonna make my stomach feel much better because it's gonna calm it because of how it's supposed to work. But one thing, it's apparently supposed to be only work when you drink milk before you eat the spicy stuff, not after you eat the spicy stuff. And that happened a lot of time ago, maybe like let's see, 12 hours ago, no, longer than 12 hours, like 15-18 hours ago, that I actually ate all that spicy stuff. So it's no longer in my stomach. It's probably getting processed somewhere else. But yeah, milk is still good. Milk is tasty. And I was thirsty. Last weekend was actually a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun playing with a bunch of like people. I had a lot of fun playing with myself. Well, not with myself, by myself, and doing some like extra stuff. I actually found out that Carly, a second, please. Actually, I found the new like GGC, the Honkai Gakuen anniversary song. Ever since I heard it, I was trying to find like lyrics for it, and I finally managed to find the lyrics. There was some like in Romaji, but they were all very, and I mean very wrong. And so I decided to actually start reading them in Japanese, and there were only a couple of words that I couldn't, or kanji that I couldn't understand. So I'm thinking of like working in like translating them so I can actually have all the lyrics, and I am able to actually sing it in the shower now. The full song. And when I mean full song, I mean the full song, the full version. So far I've been singing parts of it and it feels really good. Together with the After Rain song, the After Rain song is really good. And I get it, I think I can fit it with my voice kind of well. Actually, I don't even know. I think I've mentioned this before, but for karaoke or like singing, I haven't really sung in the presence of like somebody else, except on the, like those like big parties where everybody's just like screaming their lungs out, and it's just like it doesn't even matter if you're actually in tune or out of tune, or if the dogs will start howling like any second. It's just like it's like fun and games. So I never know. I don't think ever in my life I've actually been able to tell if I actually have a good singing voice or if I'm tone deaf. I think I'm not tone deaf, but who knows? No one will ever know. Uh, because I'm too shy to like sing to other people. I've been in like karaoke before, but everybody's just like nice. It's just that's the problem. Nobody can just like give you real criticism. Everybody's just like nice. But yeah. Anyways, last time we got through like half, yep, exactly half of chapter 24, the Legion Theater. We got to this spot where for some reason it let me use my own characters instead of using trial characters. And what's going on is that everybody in anti-entropy was preparing a trap for the Legion Herrscher in order to be able to actually catch it, because it went into hiding after we started hunting down the puppets, and it went down to 500 puppets. So we needed to bring it out, because if it didn't, then we would not be able to catch it, because apparently it's like hiding somewhere where we can't actually just like get into, which would be probably the theater, if I remember correctly. And so we started this whole operation as a trap for the Legion Herrscher, and they actually just said, "Yo, what the hell are you doing? You testing us? We going at it." And they went hand to like attack us. in the Hyperion to actually take back Kiana, and they managed to fulfill that objective of taking Kiana. And so now we are on 24/8, the Theater of Domination with Kiana Castrana, as we will probably try to actually be with her for a long while, fighting the Legion Herrscher without using her Herrscher powers, because if we do, they're gonna be taking it. And here's the thing that I've been theorizing from before. It's just that since they mentioned that if they take the Herrscher powers, they can use the power of the Herrscher, passing all the terrible side effects to the old user, or to the person that has the Herrscher core. And the unique thing about Kiana is that if she uses too much of the Herrscher powers, the Honkai corruption that's going to be starting up inside her body cannot rise a certain point, because if it rises up to a certain point, then there's a possibility for there to be an opening for Sirin to wake up once again and try to take over her body, which we do not want. And that's the big deal. It's just like, we must not let them take over Kiana's power, because we do not want to lose her again. And if we lose her again, we don't know if we're going to be able to take her back, because before we had Himeko, who sacrificed herself to bring Kiana back by neutralizing the Honkai power inside of her body, which probably slowly rose back up because of the fact that she had the Herrscher cores inside her body. And there's also Fuhua, who was there when she was losing control once again, who helped her seal Sirin. And Fuhua is no longer inside Kiana's mind, and because Feng Shan Down actually ended up getting destroyed, there's also that fact that we don't have that to help, or in order for her to just like get back inside the mind of Kiana to help her. And right now she's just only being able to keep control of Sirin by herself, using her like willpower maybe, or something like that. But how many more chapters are stages? There isn't much left to like this this chapter. So here's the thing, because the next chapter is supposed to be the last one, I'm thinking of finishing this and then checking how long the next chapter is going to be. If it is too long, then I'm going to start it. And if it is a reasonable size, but I mean, the thing is that this one was 13 stages, but it started with a lot of like really long stuff. Like this entire thing, it was like 30 minutes per stage. So I don't know what I actually don't know what I'm gonna do. The chapters are starting to become deceptively long the more that I have been playing them, and it messes up with like my calculations of like, oh, I want to do this like chapter like at this moment, because it's gonna allow me to like to finish it. Like I could like start it, and maybe I'm gonna end up finishing all of this in like, let's say, an hour and a half. Except I jabbed now for like 30 minutes or something like that, so there goes like that extra like half. So it's gonna be like 2 hours for me to like finish this entire chapter. But I guess there's only one way to find out. Also because we only have one movie here. We have one movie here, and we have 3 stages before the cut. A movie and then 3 more stages to end it. Alright. Was it the fish that bit the hook, or the hook kissed the fish? Let's go see how Kiana's doing, or how Kiana will get away from this. Hope my controller actually connected properly. I always have problems connecting my controller. Hmm.
餌は全部魚の腹の中に入ったよ。これがブローニャが言ってた支配劇場。
And this is what I was talking about. Kiana was taken into the Theater of Domination.
みんな見て、これがネゲントロピーが私たちにくれたプレゼント。
But this little present or big gift can actually fight back pretty well, so be careful about it. Maybe the fish bit the hook. Just make sure that it doesn't swallow the entire ship with it. Weird applause sounded in the theater. It was hard to tell where it came from. Yeah, and it was really loud. Hmm. The ones that were actually against each other and now like planning together, that were planning together for like the whole trap thingy, are now here. The excited puppet and the calm puppet. Shouts and screams filled the space, and then irregular footsteps came close. You guys stay too long. I need to leave. Well, I guess the good thing is that even though Kiana can't use like her Herrscher powers, we can still use all her abilities, except they screwed up. And I'm surprised she's dealing good damage against the puppet cores. I always have trouble killing these like enemies. Hmm. So they, so they actually don't care about keeping her alive, like Bronya. Like when they were talking about Bronya, they really wanted to keep Bronya alive. But they don't care about keeping Kiana alive. Which is curious, to say the least. These guys are taking damage. There we go. I'm feeling like some sort of like delay. Maybe it's my controller. Maybe it's not connected properly. Well, some of my attacks just like not going through. Or maybe I'm not used to this Kiana. I've been using all the other like characters so much that I'm not used to the Kiana. The old Kiana, the boy drifter. I always love that little like laugh that they have, the laugh. Hey, you sure about that? The trash talking from the puppets never change. Is she planning to do the same thing as Bronya, of like maybe bunching, making them like get into like a group in an open space and then using her Herrscher power in order to do like a single attack that will delete all of them, so that nobody will be able to take her power after. 3 days ago.
奴らに与えられた選択は2つのみ。空の律者の力を諦めるか、全力で奪いに来るかだ。もちろん後者になった場合、3つ目の状況が発生する可能性がある。
お？
人形がキアナを支配劇場へと引きずり込み、律者の力を使わせようと持久戦を持ちかけてくるだろう。
Their usual thing on their operations to take the power of the Herrschers.
それに奴らは他の人を劇場に入れず、キアナを一人にします。
ああ、だが逆に言えば、それは絶好のチャンスとなる。
どういうこと？
Welt and Kiana exchanged a look. Kiana nodded and stood up.
そんな状況になったら、私は空の律者の力を使って ハイペリオンを支配劇場に転送する。
So it's a double trap. Let everybody inside the Hyperion, and if the puppet is strong enough to be able to take Kiana into the Theater of Domination, defeating or like playing around all the other Valkyries that are trying to protect her, then since they are all already inside the Hyperion, then we might as well use Kiana's power for one last to like bring the war to them, to their home soil, to the Theater of Domination, or something like that. I don't think she has ever like teleported something big before. I think the last thing that she teleported that was sort of like big was both herself and Rita.
理論上は可能だ。退去研究を覚えたことで、キアナは律者の力を使うための基礎ができた。式の律者の事件でも空間能力を完璧にコントロールして負荷を救い出してる。
ああ。
でも1回目が成功したからって2回目も成功するとは限らないわ。
So that entire movie where she rescues Fuhua was like a showcase of Kiana being able to fully control, of being able to use her Herrscher power with precision. Yeah, I was thinking about this. At most, she has teleported 2 people. Mm.
そうでしょう。正確な緯度と経度を特定の信号に乗せて送るか、もしくは私が追跡機を持つか。そういう方法だったら博士たちの方が詳しいんじゃない？これは賭けになるわ。でも賭ける価値がある。支配の律者との戦いの中で私たちはずっと受け身だった。敵を一網打尽にできず劇場に逃げられる可能性もある。そして私たちには自分の意思で劇場に入る方法がない。
Yeah, that's like the biggest deal with it. It's just like they were always attacking us and we were reacting to every single one of their movements. And the moment that Welt decided to start attacking them and they knew that they were actually in danger when they got down to the number of 500 puppets, they decided to just like leave into the theater and just like stop doing like any sort of like operation that we could actually like exploit to try and defeat them. So this is like the true way in order to just like force a path to eliminate the Legion Herrscher. And they can always do this. Just like hide one puppet in the Theater of Domination and they'll be fine. But if we eliminate all of them, then there will be no one to actually take Kiana's power, which is like the big deal, which is what I was thinking that she was going to end up doing by bringing everybody to like a big space. If she manages to count that there are 500 puppets inside of that big space, then she can do like a big attack and eliminate every single one of them. But the thing is that I don't know if she has the power to actually do that, or if it's risky of using that high amount of like Honkai energy to attack all the puppets because of the Sirin thing. Mm-hmm.
まず人形と対象の距離が近い必要がある。次に律者の力は人形もしくはその創造物が受けないといけない。
The Herrscher power needs to be used on the puppet.
だから奴らは戦闘中君から離れないよう言ってさらに 律者の力で奴らもしくはその傀儡を攻撃するよう動いてくるはずだ。
So since we are using the Herrscher power on the Hyperion instead, Kiana's power won't be taken. That is, if these conditions that we know about are actually, well, true. Because I don't think Bronia used her like Herrscher powers before that, while trying to like move around the Theater of Domination. And May also didn't use her Herrscher power at all. So we don't know if it is true. Do they know if it's true? The fact that they will only take it if you use it on the puppets? Well, there it is. Actually, I'm really glad that the game is like sort of like giving this out, because there's a lot of games that suddenly just like bring oh, it's the perfect solution to all of our problems, and nobody doubts it at all, except for being just like, oh, will this work? Will this truly work? It's just like the normal doubt before like a giant like battle that's gonna happen. So it's like nice for them to actually be like, we currently, like Einstein's just thinking, we currently know of this, and since we're going on with this plan, we have to like trust it. And Tesla being like the one that I always say is like sort of like actually, I don't know if I can say that Tesla is always the one that is always just like thinking of the extra stuff, but the fact that Tesla is here to just like mention that we know only of the things that Einstein said, but there's also the fact that we do not know if just like using the Herrscher power in the vicinity of a puppet will lead to the same result. Fixing my headset.
この計画には不確定要素も多いが、ハイリスク、ハイリターンなものだ。もちろん計画の実行に関しては、今ここにいるみんなが決めることだが。
Will it work?
よし、準備万端。
You can do it, Kiana. Oh, how the turntables, little puppets. It's so big compared to the Theater of Domination. Yeah, I think they're very much screwed now. The Hyperion is so big compared to the Theater of Domination. Like, I can't believe it's that big. And also the fact that they seem like surprised about it. It seems like maybe they cannot take the power if it's not used on them. Well, it's not like they were hacking it before, they were just like taking control of it like puppets. Kiana,
今から支援に向かいます。失礼な奴らだ。本番中に観客が舞台の上に上がるなんて常識がなってないね。勝手に入ってきたこと後悔させてやる。
Sure, if you can actually show me the consequences. Oh god, it's doing the laser attack. Guys, if possible, use the rockets on the course of the puppets. Yeah, just like that. Hello, Strom. That's us always. How's it going, Strom? Having a good night? Having a good day?
寝言は寝てから言いなさい。
Yeah. Getting invincibility frames is not fair. Did I come late? No, not very late. This is like the first stage that I'm doing. The only thing that happened was Kiana brought in the Hyperion. And after having 1,000 billion doubts about if she was able to do it, and whatchamacallit, being afraid of them being able to PUBG Mobile Light. Oh, I think it's very much over.
私たちは全力であなたを私たちの一員にする。キアナ。え？キアナ、気をつけて。劇場にいる500体の人形が全部あんたの方に向かってるわ。
So it's their last attempt.
全開戦術ってわけ。奴ら一か八かの勝負に出たみたい。
There's a lot of cheaters there. Yeah, I've heard about that. I kind of miss playing PUBG ever since like it got like released. Back on release day, like PUBG was like pretty nice. There's a lot of things on PUBG now. I never really played the mobile version myself. There's a lot of puppets here. Ecock, Lawrence, Tuttle, Manny, Scarlet, Kaiman. Yeah, for some reason everybody's just like very, or like the companies that usually have like some anti-cheat like programs for their games, they don't really have very good anti-cheat. Like for example Apex, you know, like they're the little thing that happened where they literally, a hacker was installing cheats for the pro players in the middle of a match. And it's just like, how is that even possible? And I'm guessing the PUBG must be somewhat the same in terms of like cheating. I wonder how Fortnite is in terms of like cheating, because it's using easy anti-cheat, and easy anti-cheat isn't really that good of an anti-cheat program. This is gonna take a while, isn't it? I remember one time that I played PUBG Mobile with some friends in college, and the only thing that I remember is that there were a lot of bots, a lot of bots. But maybe it was because I was like low level, or like we were all low level. But other than that, I don't remember much about the game, to be fair. Oh yeah, I do remember that it was hell to run. Absolutely impossible to run at like high FPS, even for like top tier PCs, until they started working on like the performance for the PC version. Yeah, it's a lot of bots. So it's a normal thing there. I swear mobile games always have like gazillions of like bots. Yeah. Should you be the one laughing as we're taking you all down? And then there were 4. The last one. I wonder if the bot thing is only a mobile thing, because I've never actually seen it on like PC games that there's like bots, except for like League. There we go. City. But you do this more than bot, lol. Every round I die to aimbot, you said like literally every round. Ugh. Such a. I wouldn't be able to play a game like that, like at all, even with friends. Just like immediately getting into like a game and knowing that there's a cheater around that's just gonna end up killing you, no matter what you actually try to do. I'd never be able to just play a game like that.
Kiana, 一体どうしてなの？あなたが私たちを倒したとき、何の迷いもなかった。まるで私たちを感情のない怪物みたいに扱った。
Well, perhaps because you are actually monsters without a heart.
よく考えて、キアナ。本当にそうだった？私たちにも信念があって、意志があって、仲間もいて。でもあなたは間抜けで、救いようもない人類のために、いとも簡単に私たちを殺す。本当にそうする価値が人類にあるの？
Don't doubt, Kiana. You know how evil these people are. Don't let even a tiny shred of doubt get into your head, Kiana. Not a single shred of doubt in her mind. The puppet fell.
残り500体の人形は反応が消失。よく頑張ったわ。キアナ、大丈夫？ちょっと疲れただけ。
I wonder if it was because she was fighting a lot, running a lot, or if it's actually got into like her. The puppet got a little bit into her mind.
空間が崩れ始めた。支配劇場はもうすぐ消える可能性がある。ひとまずハイペリオンに戻ってくれ。
Alright, she also needed to use like the powers of bringing in Hyperion. That was probably a lot, and now she needs to take it back out.
行きましょう。キアナ、ブローニャに伝えます。ありがとう、ブローニャ。
Very soon, with a violent rumble, as well as the little rumbling that's going on in like the background, probably Kiana's passive just like it's still like making some sound. Hyperion came back to the real world.
やっと戻ってこれた。待って、甲板にあるのは何？
人形が消滅した後に残った残骸と奴らのコアだ。
500体分の？
All of them?
想定外のことがなければそうなるね。
嘘でしょ？片付けが大変じゃない。回収作業はネゲントロピーがするから、みんな今日はお疲れ様。そうだボス頭、今日の掃除当番って誰だっけ？
I already know the answer to this question.
君だよ、テスラ博士。
Yep. Alright, Storm, thanks for like hanging out and coming by and saying hello. Good luck with your games if you're gonna keep playing them, and or if you're going to sleep, because I do remember that it's late for you. Then have a good and nice and sweet dreams. She's always back on like the maze like chapter. She was on whatchamacallit. It was her turn to like wash the dishes, and she had to like watch all the dishes for like the kids that they had made like her for like all the kids. And now that all the puppets are in, she gets to be like on the duty of cleaning up. Tesla has such bad luck. Actually, quite cute. It's been doing this chapter is doing this a lot, where it's just like cutting me off at like in spots in the middle of like the chapters. There's a cut off here, and there's a cut off here, and there's another cut off here. If I can finish my work before 4 a.m., I'll have free time this whole week. Ooh. Wow, finishing your work on a Monday and having free time for like the whole week, that's insane. That's really good. All right, Strum, Well, that is if I'm still streaming. I don't know what I'm gonna be doing once I finish like this chapter. I don't know if this is gonna be like long enough to be like I don't know if this is gonna be like the first couple of like stages where there were like 30 minutes of like talking, and I don't know if I'm gonna end up starting the next chapter because I don't know its length. So I gotta check that out. I gotta check out how many stages it has, and even then I'm still afraid that a couple of like stages are gonna have a lot of like talking, so it might be like longer than I think. But yeah, don't worry about it, Strum. Just like finish your work. If finishing the work means a lot of like free time, then I think it's worth to actually try to do it and have no distractions to actually be able to actually finish it. Actually. Tripping over my words a little bit today. Probably from the fact that I'm not drinking that much. Like my tongue is like really dry. Not really a fan of that feeling of having like a dry tongue, because it also reminds me when you get like after you drink a little bit of like beer or something like that, alcohol in general, that your mouth like gets like super dry whenever you just like wake up on the next day. Not a fan. I'm not much of a drinker, so I don't really get that feeling too much. But well, much of a drinker might be saying that I drink a little bit, but I really don't, like, at all. Except for like parties, and if somebody just like hands me a beer, because it's just like I feel like the obligation to actually drink it since they gave it to me. Weeks later, Salt Lake Base.
博士、私を呼んだ？
ああ、座ってくれ。
キアナ、体調はもう大丈夫なの？ゼールもいたんだ。ありがとう。もう平気だよ。
身体検査も特に異常はない。食欲はどうかな？
バッチシだよ。1日4食だし、訓練の日はハンバーガーを追加するくらい。事件が解決したおかげでご飯を美味しく感じてるのかも。
A lot of stress was probably taking all of her appetite from before she became friends with Tele.
今みんなキアナとご飯を食べたいって言ってるもんね。
へー。
人形の事件が一段落してみんなもほっとしたんだと思う。あとキアナの戦いぶりをみんな見てたから話しかける人が増えたよね。
I'm glad. I am also glad.
それで食堂のおばさんに怒られちゃったよ。みんな待ってるんだから早く来なさい。じゃないと料理が冷めちゃうでしょってね。
That's actually super cute. You know, she didn't only become like a hero for like the thing that she did to the puppets, of like bringing the Hyperion in and her being like very instrumental, very important to actually finish the thread of the Legion Herrscher, which is actually not finished because we have another chapter after this. But let's not talk about that right now, yeah. But I guess it's just like Kiana was never supposed to be alone. With this personality, it's just like she's always supposed to be surrounded by people. Always. Just naturally. It's supposed to happen.
そうだ、博士。支配の律者の状況はどうなってるの？
コアは全部回収した。ここ2週間、支配の律者の反応は出現していない。
ならよかった。
Kiana let out a sigh of relief.
ネゲントロピーと天命。それから一部の国にも作戦結果を通達した。まだ危機が完全に去ったとは言えないが、ひとまず一段落したとは言っていいだろう。
I wonder if this might be just like make them know that a lot of the problems that were happening were because of the Herrscher, so it can stop like family feuds, wars, and stuff like that, or you know, like corporations going into bankruptcy, the problems with like the power plants, all the things that the puppets were talking about, the problems that they were actually bringing into the world, or bringing into like the different countries and the different people.
ただ 人形事件の影響により崩れた社会秩序には修復に時間が必要だ。
To do this.
それにそう簡単に言えない傷もあるだろう。まだやるべきことがたくさん残されてる。
Probably the thing is that for some people, even if it's sort of like fixed, or even if they tell them like the real reason of why all that was happening, the social order and the wounds, the wounds may still leave some scars of distrust here and there.
だがキアナ、君のおかげで僕たちは見事に勝利した。
みんなのおかげだよ。
そう言うと思ったよ。だが感想は夜まで取っておいてくれ。
夜？
忘れたのかい？僕が君とゼーレをここに呼んだ理由。
いや、
ネゲントロピー創立60周年のパーティーだよ。もう過ぎてやった方がいいってアインシュタイン博士が言ってくれたの。
At the start of the last chapter, this was what started it all. Both Cele and Kiana going over to the market to get stuff for the 60th anniversary party. And I guess because of all the stress of all the things going on with the Legion Herrscher, they missed the date. But they still want to do it. And I think that's pretty good.
前回一緒に買い出しに行ったでしょ？やっと飾り付けができるんだよ。
It also reminds me of that story from like Puhua's arc, where on the previous era where they had parties every single time after defeating like a Herrscher. And the thing with like the previous era was that there were large amounts of like losses every single time that they defeated a Herrscher. But this time we were able to defeat a Herrscher with 0 losses. Well, probably not 0 losses. There were probably some losses. Like the 500 people that got taken over by the puppets. They're like no longer here. They're no longer human or alive. So yeah, those are the losses. But losing 500 people versus losing an entire continent is like I think it's a pretty good deal.
そうだった。なんだかすごく昔のことのように感じるよ。60周年。つまり61回目の創立日。ネゲントロピーってこんなに歴史が長かったんだね。
Yeah, although the start of like anti-entropy wasn't very happy, let's say.
そうだね。いろいろあったけど解決できてよかった。
今夜はみんなでゆっくり過ごすとしよう。もしかしたらテスラ博士の余興を見られるかもしれないぞ。
Oh?
テスラ博士が？
普段ならそんなことしてくれないが、僕が彼女のコーヒーにこっそりと酒を入れたらどうなるかわからない。
So we will have some extra entertainment. I don't want to see that happening.
楽しみにしておくよ。
That night, Salt Lake Base.
みんなも知っていると思うが、ネゲントロピーという組織は創立の日から様々な困難に直面してきた。
I know this is Tesla, but who is this man and who is this woman? I have no idea. This isn't Einstein. Einstein isn't that big. And this doesn't look like the build of Welt. So I don't think this is Welt, and I think this is not Einstein. I don't know who these people are. But I think it's pretty obvious who this person with the red dress is.
1976年、俺たちが20回目の創立記念日を祝った時、俺は創始者のプランク教授にこんな質問をした。
Planck? Wait.
ネゲントロピーの未来は一体どこにあるかと。
Oh, okay. But I'm lost in the timeline. So I always... Are they counting the start of like anti-entropy ever since it was the North American branch of Schicksal? Because wasn't Plank gone after something happened with like Welt? The first Welt Joyce? I was wrong. Alright, let me actually look it up because I'm really curious. Honkai Impact Plan. Emma Plank. Man, I'm lost. It's been so long since I read the visual novel that I can't remember if something happens to her. Damn it. Damn it, I'm lost. I might have to give it like a little reread. But I don't want to. It's so long.
だから当時の俺はそういった状況のせいで組織の発展がかなり制約を受けていると思った。
Maybe the wiki will have something for to say about it. Let me check. History. No. On the plane, yes. I think I do remember this. Okay. But turns out the plank at the base was a double. The real one is flying to New York to get ready for the rebellion against Schicksal and to make sure the potential hostages are safe from Otto. While the meteorite out the window was interesting, what you found more surprising was Joachim coming out of a box. Her helicopter gets taken down by Otto's replica of the Oath of Judah, but Planck escapes alive, together with Joachim. During the following years, she helps Einstein and Tesla found anti-entropy. There it is. I have forgotten about that part.
しかし、教授はそう思っていなかった。私たちみんながネゲントロピーの未来よと。彼女は自分の心臓を指さしながらそう言ったんだ。私たちが冷静に天命と交渉すれば、天命はどうすることもできない。私たちが落ち着いて建設をちゃんとすれば、ネゲントロピーはどんどん強くなる。そしていつか、みんなが世界の素晴らしさを感じることができたら、人類は必ず崩壊に打ち勝てる。それが、俺たちネゲントロピーの根幹にある精神だと、俺は思う。明日にはもっと苦しい任務がみんなを待っているが、今日俺たちはここでネゲントロピーの61回目の創立記念日を祝おう。
But we'll leave that to the future them.
みんな、ネゲントロピーの精神に乾杯。
Yay! The loud laughter and joyful noises took away all the pressure burdening everyone in the base. They deserved this moment. Alright. Who can we talk to? Fuhua and Teresa, Brony and Cele, Rosa Lili, Welt and Einstein.
Kiana.
It's good to see her back. Oh, but she's not in the dress from the previous era.
一応パーティーだからそれなりのマナーをと思ってね。
でもなんだか委員長少し緊張してる？
そういうわけではないけど、こういう場面にあまり慣れていないから。それにやはり指揮の律者のことが心配で。
It's pretty cute. Everybody just like still worried, or like she's still very worried about the Herrscher of sentience. Like she's not seen like an evil person anymore. She's not seen like an enemy. Or she isn't, right? Yep. She isn't seen as an enemy.
こういう集団生活を体験できれば、もしかしたら彼女は違う選択をするかもしれないからね。
We're trying to drag her to our side. I mean, it'd be nice. Give me a second. Gotta fix something with like my headset because it's like hurting me a little bit. Give me a second. There we go. I have to make sure to just like keep my headset on like correctly because it's just like also with like these new glasses, they actually like the other glasses that I had were too old. They had like scratches and like stuff like that, so it was getting a little bit difficult to actually see with them. And these new glasses that I have right now, like the frame, it's a little bit thicker, so I'm not used to having these sort of like glasses with my headset on, and they're hurting my ears a little bit. So, but I'm sure it'll be fine. I'll find a way to actually like fix them one of these days. Teresa?
あら、キアナ。パーティーはどう？ゴーヤジュースがないことと、初対面の人たちに子供扱いされたこと以外はいい感じね。
So the usual. I was about to ask if she actually. I was wondering if she actually drank alcohol, but I guess she doesn't want anything that's not bitter melon juice.
ブローニャ、ここにいたんだ。
キ
アナ、せっかくのパーティーなのに食べないんですか？会場のセッティングをしたときにつまみ食いしちゃったからね。さすがキアナです。ブローニャは人の多いところが苦手だと思ってた。たまには賑やかなのも悪くありません。セーフレイヤにいた頃を思い出します。私も。
Huh. I was actually expecting both of them to be talking to like each other.
ゼーレ。こんばんは、キアナ。会場のセッティング、お疲れ様。ゼーレのおかげで綺麗に飾り付けできたね。みんなも気に入ってくれると嬉しいな。
I wish the other said it was out and about, eating and talking.
子供たちも楽しめてる？この間一緒に買った風船を覚えてる？みんなすごく気に入ってくれたんだ。
They're like very long clown balloons.
覚えてるよ。店主が割引してくれたもんね。今度機会があったらまた一緒にお出かけしよう。
No, Rosalili. It's been a while since we've seen them, now that I think about it. It actually has been probably longer than Sele. The last time that we saw them. At the end of the of Bronia's arc. Rosalilla and Lilia were giving a performance with everyone cheering for them.
彼女たちはこういうイベントに向いてるね。
Anything else from the people? Nope. Right, well. I was fully expecting her to call him Welt Oji-san.
Oh, Kiana.
さっきの演説、とっても良かったよ。
即興で話したまでだ。だが全部お世辞ではなく、本心から思ってることだがね。俺はネゲントロピーの理想が実現することを願っている。 もちろんそうなるまでには君たちの努力も必要になる。
Let me fix my seating now. I swear I'm now gonna end up fixing like every single thing that I have like prepared. But like streaming didn't have my blanket actually fully or like around me correctly. Right, I guess I should mention that at one point I might have to like get up because I'm supposed to be receiving something today, a shipping. Once again. And I need to get it. Actually, I got like a message to my phone. People were trying to like scam me for like information about me, saying that the shipping that I was about to like receive came from like UPS, and I had to do like a lot of research, or like I had to look like at a bunch of stuff to actually make sure that my package wasn't coming with UPS, so that I could just like figure out if it was like really or if I was a scam. And well, I found out that it was a scam. But a lot of people probably get scammed like this, like often. The thing is just like the timing of it. It's just like, why? How is it possible that it knows that I'm receiving like a shipment, or like a shipping, or like a something?
まさに教授の言った通り、俺たちみんながネゲントロピーの未来だ。
私も覚えておくよ。
No. Oh. There we go. Einstein.
アインシュタイン博士。
やあ、キアナ、楽しんでるかい？
楽しんでるよ。テスラ博士は余興を見せるんじゃなかったの？
あ
Ah.
あ。
We did see her in the CG. Einstein forced an awkward smile.
彼女のコーヒーに細工をしたとき、うっかり手が滑ってしまってね。彼女は朝までぐっすりだと思うよ。
She passed out. Is she weak to alcohol? Is that the whole thing with this? She cannot drink. If she drinks a little bit, she goes crazy, and if she drinks too much, or like a medium amount, she just passes out.
博士。
Return to your room or stay at the party. Is there like anything else that I can actually just like play around with in the party? But this is 100% the place where we actually fought the Wotan. Oh, I really doubt that there's something down here, but yeah, okay. At the very least, it didn't let me go down the little like ramp. Oh, found something.
Kiana. こんばんは、
Momo, Tao Tao.
前回試食を依頼した料理の感想、後で教えてね。
It's the cafe person, I think. The cafeteria person.
わかった。
キアナ、出張から戻った同僚が記念品を持ってきてくれたよ。時間があったら見に来てね。
Feels so nice.
後でね。
Anything else? Looks like I found something.
ねえ、愛ちゃん。
Ai-chan!
やっほー、キアナちゃん。何かご用かな？
Is this the first time in the story that Ai-chan actually pops out? Let me think. It didn't pop out in the first couple of chapters, and after that everything went to hell. So yeah, I think this is the first time that Ai-chan actually shows up in the main story.
明日の天気は？
え？
明日は晴れ。気温は26度。お出かけ日和だよ。明日は日向ぼっこでもしようかな。
Anything else? Maybe... I knew it. If it's letting me interact with like other stuff, then there's 100% like the option to interact with the table.
料理がたくさん。つまみ食いしてお腹いっぱいになっちゃったのが残念。
Hey, Kiana, I'm sure you have space for more.
スイーツもあるの？もう少し食べちゃおうかな。
I knew it.
スイーツは別
Anything else? Does something else look suspicious here that I can interact with? The only thing are these like boxes, but I don't think there's like anything. I don't know if it actually activates the moment that I walk into it, so I'm gonna try to not walk into that. I cannot talk to those girls individually. There's nothing down there. There's no second dialogue options for all the characters. The crowd doesn't have dialogue. I think that's it. Back to my room. To our room. Maybe ate a little bit too much. Does something else trigger if I decide to stay? The answer is no. Alright, back to the room. At the very least, I got to hear that little quote, that little dialogue that she had. Kiana returned to her room. Kiana opened the door. Bronya! Kiana let Bronya in and the two sat on the bed. I guess it's time to reminisce about the past. Kiana dropped her eyes, trying to choose the right words. There's also someone that's missing right now. Instead of it being, well, two people that are missing now. Bronya met one whose host was a host? As in, host of a show? Jerry Barbara? The comedian, I think? So it did get to her. I think she would. I think if we were back in Arc City and she didn't have Fuhua with her, she would have 100% turned into like a puppet.
苦しいから屈するとか私は思わない。
She really has grown. Because if I remember correctly, on those like little EX stages that she had, this wasn't the thought process that she had at the time. She was just wallowing in despair.
私は進むべき方向を間違えてたかもしれない。けど、どれだけ険しい逆境の中でも素晴らしいことは存在すると思うんだ。そして次は私が誰かを助ける番。
天球師から退去山、それから今回の作戦、キアナはもう十分たくさんの人を助けました。
The entirety of Arc City would have been completely gone if it wasn't for Kiana. Mount Taichuan, if maybe the Herrscher of Sentience actually turned into like an evil person, or like kept going with the plan that she had at the moment, she would have done like a lot of things to like all the people in the world. She wanted to reverse all creations. That's what she said. She said it very, very menacingly. So, yeah.
だから安心してください、キアナ。いつかみんながこの世界の素晴らしさを感じる日が来ます。
ベルトの言葉をもう自分のにしちゃったの？
正確に言うと、これはプランク教授の言葉です。ブローニャはとても気に入ってます。
うん、そうだね。いい言葉だよね。ありがとう、ブローニャ。なんか、ブローニャと話したらすっきりした。
はい。それならよかったです。早く寝ましょう、キアナ。今日はパーティーでしたが、明日も訓練がありますから。
They didn't choose like a day to do the party where the next day would be free?
おやすみ、ブローニャ。
おやすみなさい、キアナ。
Bronya left the room. Kiana walked to the window. Up above in the night sky, the crescent was smiling warmly. In the same moonlight, she slept alone on the cold streets of Arc City, and had sweet dreams in the soft bed at Saint Freya. The memories started to blur, and for a moment she couldn't tell which were dreams and which were real. Only the crescent stayed throughout all the changes. Kiana clenched her fists.
メイ先輩、姫子先生、絶対連れて帰るから。
Click, click. As long as one of them stays alive, the Herrscher of Legion will not stop. But it's kind of strange. Didn't they mention that all 500 puppets got teleported back into the Hyperion? Did they somehow hide more puppets? And left some inside the Theater of Domination, where it would wake up again? And here it is. Here's a little stopping point. And now, a movie. It found itself surrounded by its partner's remnants. Crawling in the broken parts, the puppet couldn't even tell the boundaries between its body and that of its partners. We've made it. The final victory is ours. With everyone together, we'll be stronger than ever. The sacrifice of all in exchange for the rebirth of one. Now, we need only to return to the stage and finish the show. Again, the name of the Herrscher in Japanese, Sennin, 1,000 person, 1,000 people. Is it possible that they made it seem that there were only 500, but instead there were like way more? Huh. Ah. I don't know what's going on. The breadcrumbs mark a trail leading to the candy house in the woods. All are welcome. Last 3 stages. Starting with Kiana. Rumble. The dark tide swallowed her. She could see nothing, but somehow she felt secure and content. The expansion of space stopped and the flow of time halted. Even the boundaries that define self were melting. In the boundless darkness, she dreamt a distant dream. The feeling was familiar. Night after night, she was cast into the same dream. In it, fate was torn apart into broken strands, pouring down between her fingers like fine grains of sand. Short, cold, and like a butterfly, and like a firefly, it swooshed past. It was her life. It wasn't her life. It belonged to someone named Sirin. Everything she had once been through. Excruciating pain took over her entire consciousness and drew deep, bloody marks on her mind. Tears burst out of her eye and blurred her vision. The man's voice was devoid of any emotion. He walked away with heavy footsteps. Under the relentless assault of sharp, incessant pain, every cell was crying out loud and struggling for relief. Maybe this psychological trick was effective. Crying for mom did alleviate the pain slightly. She labored to stand up and looked at the other kids who received the checkup. If I remember correctly, they all lost their lives due to the experiments, and that's why she made them into like the pseudo Herrschers later on. No response. She nudged the shoulder of the kid next to her, but the touch was cold and rigid. The touch was a familiar sensation. Her mom's hand felt the same when she passed away. And it meant she'd never come back. Tears began to well up her dried eyes again, dropping on her wounded body. Everyone here was orphaned in the disaster. An organization named Shiksa took them in and provided shelter. All they asked in return was a simple checkup. Grown-ups said the kids were lucky to have natural antibodies. Waiting for the kids were nothing but endless pain and the final relief of death. They were consumables with a serial number. They ran out of their uses very soon. She stumbled to the door and shook the door handle with every last bit of her strength. The handle stayed firmly in place, but the side door creaked open. Maybe the researcher forgot to lock it, or maybe he thought the lab rats wouldn't be able to resist anyway. This was her only chance. to flee this place, this living hell.
まただ。ここはバビロンの塔。シーリンが閉じ込められて苦しんだ場所。痛いよ。歩くたびに痛みが。これはシーリンの記憶。
おい、実験体が逃げたぞ。警備は何をしてる？彼女を止めろ。
いや、来ないで。
逃がすな。捕まえろ。
痛い。触らないで。嘘つき。悪魔。殺してやる。シーリンが受けた痛みと復讐を渇望する心が、彼女を空の律者にした。彼女の人類を憎む強い気持ちがひしひしと伝わってくる。
It consumed her, and the Honkai used all that hate to actually turn it against the rest of humanity, and giving her power to be able to destroy it all. Sirin did so much with it. Sirin had a lot of like preferential treatment from like the Honkai, being given other like Herrscher cores for her to use. It's just like a very, very unique Herrscher.
あの実験体を捕まえろ。彼女は貴重な研究材料だ。生きたまま捕らえろ。前回捕獲した崩壊獣を全部出せ。
Huh?
こいつらみんな狂ってる。
Release the Honkai beast that we had to attack Sirin? Here we go.
後悔させてやる。消えて
ー。もうダメか。しかしここまで持っただけでも十分だ。研究する価値がある。彼女を抑えろ。
She was dragged back to the living hell. No, a place far more terrifying than hell. The only reward for the test subjects who survived were heavier doses and more tests. She had no idea when this ordeal would come to an end, or if there would be an end at all. In the never-ending misery, she cursed, cried, and prayed. If I had power, if I had power.
だらけの利己的な大人たちに私が受けた苦しみをその100倍、1000倍、数万倍にして返してやる。
And then, just like the fairy tales heard in her mom's loving arms, her god came to her. The dream continued. That night, all hell broke loose in the Babylon labs. With the power granted, she realized every one of her wishes. She fled the tower and shook off the test subject identity. All the things that I actually read in the Second Eruption manga. Since then, she became known as the Second Herrscher.
ごめんなさい。ひどいことをされたのは知ってる。今さら思い出して謝りに来たの。遅い。もう遅いよ。私がもっと早く気づいて、もっと早くあなたたちを助けに来ていれば。
I think this might be like the first time that they actually see each other. As Sirin being like the second Herrscher, because if I remember correctly, she poses as one of the kids that are being imprisoned inside the Babylon labs the first time that they actually meet each other, that isn't Sirin, where she gets out and goes towards the Honkai reactor to like gain more power off of it. She knew this girl with silver hair, She freed the imprisoned kids and reached her hand out to them, saying, She looked about the same age, with the same vibe of youth. Her smile reminded the Herrscher of Aurora, Agatha, and Bella. But you should feel proud to die for Schicksal and the Valkyries. Somehow these words kept echoing in her head. She wore the Schicksal badge. She wielded the Schicksal weapon. Behind her were Schicksal's Valkyries. And this was probably like the point of no return for Sirin. There was probably a chance here, but well, there was a point of no return. There were like 2 points of like no return. This was one of them, and then the other one was in the dream after taking over one of the feathers, and you see it on Cecilia and Siegfried. That was probably the second chance to like turn her back into like a normal person. Oh, I missed it. I wish I could stack. Well, they're getting stacked now. I wish I could stack the 4 of them. I remember this. I remember this. It's the first like big attack that they used against Sirin. In the deafening blast, the Herrscher's consciousness came to a halt. But her memory didn't stop there. I can't remember how she survives exactly. I think it's when she goes into like these like whatchamacallit, some sort of like egg or hole, something to like heal herself back up, I think. Her god favored her once again and blessed her. The Herrscher's dream kept growing, surging towards the horizon and sweeping everything in the way. But I do remember the silver bullet actually like attacking her. It's like a nuke, if I remember correctly. Only this time. It's the start of the dream. This is probably the thing from like the second eruption manga that I remember the most. You don't even recognize your own daughter after 2 strings. It's like Siegfried. Sirin shows up at the front door trying to like kill them, but Cecilia just like opens the door and she's like, the older sister is back. She's finally back. She was supposed to be like in high school or like college, away from like home, like living in like the dorm of like an apartment. So she was like alone, and she finally came back for like the birthday of like Kiana, and that was like the whatchamacallit. That was the idea that Cecilia was trying to like plant. So like this whole like situation. And then she received cake. I remember this perfectly.
母さんが生きてた頃、一回だけ食べたのを覚えてる。一口だけなら。この味、美味しい。あの頃食べた味だ。
ごめんね、シーリン。2日もあなたに寂しい思いをさせて。だから明日は一緒にお出かけしましょう。
お出かけ？私は何をしてるの？どうしてあいつらを殺さなかった？
Is it time for the clothing store?
あれは私の親じゃない。まあいいわ。ここは私が作った元凶。私がその気になればいつでも殺せるんだから。ひとまず彼らが何をしたいのか見てみよう。平凡で幸せな日常。もし崩壊がなかったら、お母さんが死んでなかったら、私もこんな幸せを手に入れてたの。
You know what the extra rough thing is? Is that even if the Honkai never happened and her mom didn't die, there's still like no for sure. She still can't be like 100% certain that she would be living this life, because there's a lot of people that are still suffering, even though a lot of things are not like happening, like war or stuff like that, in like all parts of the world. Yep. The clothing store, and this is when Siegfried like goes away somewhere else and gets and Welt meets up with him. And on like I think on the panels, like right before this like quote, she's just like trying every single dress with a very, very big like smile in her face.
この服を着たあなたは世界一可愛い女の子よ。さあ、お母さんに抱きしめさせて。
待って、ダメ。抱きしめないで。抱きしめられたくない。私は何を考えてるの？どうかしてるわ。あの一瞬、彼女のぬくもりが欲しくなった。
I can't remember if it was before or after this that like night happened where I think it was Cecilia slept with her, hugging her.
あの女は私のお母さんなんかじゃないのに。
A huge boom came with strong shockwaves, shattering every window from the buildings nearby. Welt.
爆発？こんなガラス片にやられるわけがない。
But
シーリン、危ない。
何してるの？
怖がらないで。お母さんが守ってあげるから。お母さんはここにいるから。そばにいるから。イヒリベディ、シーリン。
Not long after. This is after they get out of the dream, if I remember correctly. No, this is what was it? This is after wounding Siegfried. And then they have to run away with Welt.
シーリン、聞いて。娘じゃないって分かってるのに、私のことが大事なふりをして私に近づいて。やっぱりお前の目的も私を殺すことだ。他の人と
I remember these screams. It is on that like moment in time. They're trying to run away and they're waiting for like for Einstein to go with the Arahato and attack her while she's like in the dream. She's like in some sort of like suspended. She's in like a suspended state with no like consciousness. And she's like not conscious of the outside world. There we go.
少しだけだけど、シーリンの殺意が弱まった。
Hmm.
憎しみより彼女の心にある失望と怒りの方が強いみたい。痛い。やめて。私を傷つけないで。死にたくない。死にたくないよ。シーリン。
And since that moment is supposed to be after waking up from the dream, it might be when Teresa actually uses the Sarah power of the Yuda and stabs her. Or is it? I can't remember the last parts like vividly. This is after she starts losing control, when she actually ends up dying. Due to Siegfried? I think it is due to Siegfried. I think that this is the part after Siegfried unleashes the power of the Castellana genome and starts attacking like Sirin. Cuts her arm, stabs her, steps on her face, those sort of things. She's like about to die and she starts like losing control of the Honkai powers, and it's just like a big thing is like happening. This like big Honkai eruption.
最後まで私は一人ぼっち。お母さん、寒いよ。お母さん。
大丈夫。シーリン。
The memories are coming back for the end of the second eruption manga. When she decides to leave Siegfried with the Abyss flower, and she leaves to be together with Sirin at the end.
Sirin, かわいそうな子。私はあなたを騙そうなんて一度も思ってないわ。元凶の中であなたの孤独と苦しみを見せてもらった。私は本当にあなたのお母さんになりたい。あなたの失ったものをもう一度与えてあげたいと思った。でもあの時私は何も変えられなかった。少なくともあなたの人生の最後にこのぬくもりをあなたにあげたいわ。シーリン、いいリベディ。
And that was the end for both of them. In the boundless dream, I dream a false dream. In the dream, what I miss the most is not my mom. I miss the warmth and care that makes me feel secure and content. I thought to myself over and again, if somehow I could become normal again, would I live a happy life by her side? If I was given a second chance, I want to hear her voice again. Me too. But I got milk. At the corner of the room, the fish tank gave off a pale and cold light, a distraction to help anti-entropy employees relax. In the pale light, the mirror returned a blurred figure. Sirin. It's not Herrscher Sirin either. The lab coat.
Sirin.
Is this Sirin at the end of her life? Like right before Sirin died? Because I remember that after she loses her, when she starts going like berserk, the look that she had was the eyes of the Herrscher and the lab coat.
あの時、あんたはどんな夢を見たの？イヒ、リベティヒ。あんたが心の中で何度も口にした言葉。あんたにとって一体何を意味するの
？Yeah.
記憶の影が答えをくれるわけないか。明日みんなに話してみよう。
I wish I could give Sirin a chance. There's so many characters that deserve so much more. Oh gosh. Everybody in previous era. Otto, Kallen, Sakura, Sirin, Cecilia, Siegfried, Kiana. Every single one of these people deserves so much more. Tere, Bronia, May. Literally every single character that we've like met throughout like the entire story deserves so much more. I'm in pain. Next morning, Salt Lake Base.
どうかしたんですか？なんだか上の空ですが。
なんでもない。平気だよ。その顔、私また心配をかけちゃったみたいだね。もう一人で背負わないってみんなと約束したから黙ってるつもりはないけど、ちょっと複雑だからどう話せばいいかわからなくて。
ブローニャは気にしません。キアナの言葉で少しずつ教えてくれればいいんです。
I love this friendship. Remember in the first couple of chapters when Bronia and Kiana were quote unquote at each other's throat? Well, they're not really that like violent. They weren't like fighting in such a like violent way, but they were like teasing each other over and over and over and over again over games about being close to like May and stuff like that. But they weren't. There wasn't this like feeling of like friendliness of like we're like best friends and we can share things to like each other. It's just like so many things have changed. So many things.
じゃあブロンや唐突かもしれないけど、シーリンってどんな人だと思う？
シーリン、あの第二次崩壊を引き起こした空の律者シーリンのことですか？
夢の中で彼女の記憶を何度も体験したことがあるの。シーリンは律者で人類の敵だけど、夢の中で最も感じたのは彼女の心残りの方だった。世界は彼女に苦痛を与えた。だから彼女は憎しみや憎悪を他人に向けた。でも彼女に愛情やかすかな善意を向けた人もいた。
And the few who did this almost ended up pulling her to the good side. Teresa, if Sirin didn't have that hatred or knew about Schicksal, she maybe could have been pulled back by Teresa. and Cecilia, if all the extra things that happened with like Weld, with Bella dying in the real world while she was in the dream world, if none of them had happened, then maybe there was a chance of taking her back into like the human side. I mean, wouldn't it have been great? So far, we have like a lot of like Herrschers that are on the side of humanity, but if Sirin was on the side of humanity, and probably so many things wouldn't have happened.
なんだか彼女のことをかばってるみたいになってごめん。多分私も記憶の影響を受けてるのかも。もっと頑張らないとだね。キアナが謝る必要はありません。悩みを打ち明けてくれたこと、ブローニャは嬉しいです。
Yeah, Kiana's like a very good person. Like she can even. It's been multiple times where she has tried to like save somebody that is sort of like shown as a villain or as evil. May's like a big like example of that, because May, when she was like when she turned into the third Herrscher, Kiana went to like her side and saved her. And even when May like regained her like consciousness and decided to like sacrifice herself because she was like causing so much trouble and stuff like that, and she was about to like jump off the roof of the school that they were at. Can't remember what it's called. Chiba Academy, I think it's called. Kiana went over and decided to like save her and pull her back up, even though she knew that she was a Herrscher, and even telling her like the big words of even if you turn into like a Herrscher, I'll just beat you back up and bring you back. So it's like, it is very understandable that Kiana just like sees like Sirin, sees all the things that happened to her, and probably has like even that like very close connection of both of them being part of like experiments. Kiana being a clone, and Sirin just those like stigmata experiments that they were doing on her. It's fair for her to like feel compassion for her, or feel sorry for like the situation that Sirin was going through.
シーリンが引き起こした第二次崩壊。ブローニャの両親はその災害で亡くなりました。
彼女が憎い？
全く憎くないと言えば嘘になります。ですが、その災害はブローニャの物心がつく前のことです。正直に言うと実感がありません。第二次崩壊は空の律者シーリンの死によって終結しました。彼女は払うべき代価を支払ったんです。だからブローニャの憎しみももう終わりました。
This is a fair way to like put it. She doesn't remember the things, or like when the entire thing about the second eruption happened, Bronya didn't have like a memory at that time because she was a baby. She was small and cute, so she doesn't feel like any hate from that, or like she doesn't feel that much hate. And then of course Sirin just like paid the price with her of like the things that she did, like her death. And there really isn't that much of a point just like hitting somebody that's like gone forever. At the very least, I personally don't think that there's much point in just like throwing hate at a person that's just like gone. And the only thing that we can do is just like sort of like learn from their mistakes and sort of like those kind of things. Just like not follow the same path as them. Like her taking like the Herrscher core, and Kiana having like the Herrscher core of like Sirin, just like follow the path of like not becoming like her, or try their best to not become like Sirin, especially for her, because she's the one that's at risk.
キアナの話は間違っていないとブローニャは思います。人は鏡みたいなもので、それぞれが思う世界を映し出しています。傭兵だった頃のブローニャは感情のない兵器みたいで、世界に対して冷たい殺意しかありませんでした。
Don't remember her using this like pose before. I think this is new.
でも、カカリやお母様がブローニャを孤児院に入れてくれて、
And that's where she actually learned love from all the other orphans. Cele, Rosalili. We don't talk about Sin in this world. Maybe Sin from like Honkai Gakuen, since she had her redemption arc. But we don't talk about Sin in Honkai Impact 3rd.
人生には様々な可能性があります。成長する最中で接した人は、その人に影響を与え、変化をもたらし、違う道を歩ませることもあります。シーリンも、ブローニャも、それはみんな同じです。
This is also probably why it's so important for like kids to have good friends, or like their friends are like good people in general. Because if they end up like being with kids that are also like really bad, then it's just like they take after them and they change and shape their lives into somebody that is like similar to like those kind of people, which in turn begins to be really bad. Well, there's also the chance that even though they have like bad friendships, they can turn out to be really nice, like me. I think of myself as a nice person, but I had some like very bad friends back in the day. Back in my elementary school day, my entire class was an absolute mess. But it didn't turn out to be a mess, I think.
支配の律者もそれを利用して人々の負の感情を大きくし、そしてそれを利用して世界に危害を加えてきたんじゃないですか。負の感情に負けてられないね。その通りです。それが人の心の強いところです。でも、キアナの言ったのが、キアナの中にあるオットーによって目覚めたあのシーリンなら、ブローニャは彼女が嫌いです。彼女がキアナに苦痛を与えましたから。ありがとう。こうして考えてることを素直に話して素直に礼を言うキアナはなんだか昔のキアナに戻ったみたいです。私もこうしてた方が私らしいって思ったよ。すっきりした気がする。訓練室で話すだけっていうのももったいないし、ブローニャ久しぶりに手合わせしてみない？
Even though they mentioned that, I really don't mind this like more grown-up side of like Kiana. It feels nice.
いいですね。次元挑戦、撃墜数、それとも1対1ですか？言っておきますが、模擬訓練でもブローニャは手加減しませんよ。望むところだよ。セイフレイヤにいた頃、ブローニャは一度もキアナに負けたことがありません。今日はどうかな
？Reach the target location within the time limit. The shorter you take, the higher the score. Faster, faster, faster. We gotta give Kiana her first win. Looking good, looking good. I don't know how that happened, but that's bad. Getting hit shortens the countdown. That animation is really scary because it makes it seem like the whatchamacallit, the hitbox might be still be on, and I might get hit if I get too close. Now I gotta get really serious, since I don't have to get hit. Yo. Yeah, there's something wrong with my controller. I think my controller might be approaching the last of its life. The last couple of days or months of its life. Because I'm not holding the attack button. Wait. That was close. Wait, no, there's still more. Huh? Huh. Ah, I see. Oh, please don't tell me that I'm gonna use Bronya. Because Bronya doesn't have the Herrscher Resistance power. Oh, I didn't know that we were gonna be fighting one-on-one. I am so slow. Bronya, please! Uh-oh. That was nice of her. Ouch. How? Wait, those things deal 50 damage. I can just tank them. Right? Let's see. Shoot me. Do it. 140. Yeah, 141. I have 3k health. Hmm. She was dealing a lot of like tickle damage. That is the thing. The only people that actually know that the Herrscher of Dominance is still alive is us as the players, because we saw that little scene before this stage. But everybody else thinks that they defeated the Herrscher of Dominance. I'm still not sure as to how exactly they managed to like survive. Like that single puppet managed to like survive because of that thing that happened of when they got back onto the real world. There were all the puppet parts were on the Hyperion, and Tesla had to clean them up. Or maybe it's the other thing that I was thinking about. I mentioned at one point in time my thought about the Herrscher, the puppets just being like part of the Herrscher of Dominance, but like maybe the Herrscher of Dominance is actually the theater or something like that. There's something supposed to be, there's something bigger that's supposed to be like hidden behind all of the puppets, because the puppets are puppets, you know, like something has to be moving the strings, and we haven't seen that which is moving the strings. Looking at my kitty. Kiana and Bronya both fell silent and began to think hard. Bronya noticed her power didn't come back when they defeated all the puppets, but she wasn't sure why back then. There's also the fact that all the information that has been taken about the that we have about the Herrscher is supposed to be from the previous era. But the Herrschers aren't supposed to be exactly the same as the Herrschers from the previous era. For example, the Herrscher of Earth, which turned out to be the Herrscher of the stars. The manipulation of like gravity and stuff like that. Owl. Like he was like not even close to the same as the Herrscher of Earth, or as the way as they described the Herrscher of Earth. So it wouldn't be surprising if there's also this like big difference with the Herrscher of Dominance, or the Herrscher of Legion, or the Legion Herrscher, or instead of like the Herrscher itself being the conglomerate, all of the puppets in general, just being 1,000 puppets. It's like something else moving the strings behind the scenes, kind of thingy. I don't know. Could be the case. I might be wrong. Who knows? I guess we'll be finding out later. Brilliant. Oh yeah, already read that. After ruling out all the other factors, the problem stayed and the situation became thorny.
何か鍵となるものを見落としている可能性があります。でも人形はもう消滅したし、支配劇場にも戻れないよ。どうやってブローニャの力を取り戻したらいいんだろう。ブローニャは律者の力だけを頼りに戦ってきたわけではありませんので大丈夫です。ただこの裏に何か別の意味が隠されているのではないかと心配です。
I do hope that later on we get like a big explanation about how the Herrscher survived.
実は私もちょっと疑問に思ってたことがあるの。支配劇場で空の律者の力を使って通路を開いた時、力を奪われる覚悟をしてたんだ。人形が空の律者の力を自在に扱えるようになるまで時間がかかると思ったから、それまでに奴らを倒せれば私たちの勝ち。だから私はそれにかけようと思った。
Yeah, but it's also the thing that we don't know about. If they can actually steal the Herrscher's powers, even when you don't use them against them.
でも不思議なことに私の力は奪われなかった。その後の戦闘でも空の律者の力を使ったけど何の支障もなかった。あの時人形たちは勝機がないから諦めたのかと思ったけど、でもブローニャの話を聞くとやっぱり違和感がある。律者の力を奪えば明らかに向こうにとって有利なのに、どうしてそれをしなかったんだろう。はい、確かに妙です。空の律者の力を手に入れるためハイペリオンまで来たのに、いざチャンスが来た時に手を出さないなんて別の意図でもあったのでしょうか。わからない。この件はブローニャが博士たちに報告して相談します。キアナも気をつけてください。そうする。もうダメ。お腹すいた。先に食堂に行ってるからまた後でね。
And we're back to normal Kiana. Cafeteria and the Entropy Salt Lake base.
お腹いっぱい。
Oh my beloved Sele. What are you doing outside?
あれ？ゼーレ、どうして自販機の前でぼーっとしてるの？
これ壊れてるみたい。
お？
壊れてる？ボタンを押してないからだよ。ほら、こうして押せば出てきたよ。はい、わさびピーナッツ。
Wait. She doesn't know how to use the vending machines? I mean, I don't remember a vending machine that had a confirm button. But she doesn't know how to use the vending machines. Oh my god, you're so cute. The more I see about her, the cuter she is. Also, wasabi peanuts. It's not mustard goober, or at the very least, I don't think it's wasabi peanuts are the same as mustard goober. It's only supposed to be just like peanuts with like a wasabi taste, and wasabi is supposed to be like very, very spicy. And do you know who likes really spicy stuff? Still, what are you doing out here, Sele? About that. Kiana, I don't think this Sele has seen a vending machine before or interacted with a vending machine before. Maybe the other Sele, Blue Sele, actually interacted with a vending machine before and she wasn't watching.
どうしても好きなものを食べてほしいなんて言うから。めんどくさいわ。来なければよかった。
So this isn't like, maybe this isn't like Cele's one day adventure where she actually has the day for herself, but it's more like, you haven't been out and about, and I think you should grab something to eat, and just like switches with her while in the cafeteria so she can grab something to eat and just eats it, and she just eats it and then goes back to Blue Cele after she's done with the food. You hear that, Cele? Everybody's fine with how you act. Everybody would be very happy to actually meet you, Red Cele.
当たり前でしょ。私たちはゼーレだもの。あなたはどう？もう一人のあなたとの喧嘩はどうなったの？まずい。言っちゃいけないことを言ったかしら。
Probably.
ゼーレに知られたらきっと怒られるわ。
We might have stepped on a mine. The minefield herself actually ended up stepping on a mine herself.
誰しも心に善と悪が共存しているから、あまり気にしないでって言いたかったの。
Just trying to fix it.
あなたがあなたの信じたいものを信じ、それを貫き。
Oh, wait. Oh, no. They do know. I was thinking that, oh my god, maybe they're not supposed to like know about Sirin or like the two personalities fighting each other, but it's just like, yeah, they do know. They know about the Herrscher of the boys, so of course they know. I think the things that you said were really nice, Cele. Don't worry about it. Right? Huh? Huh? This Cele is great. I love her. I love her so much. Cafeteria kitchen, Salt Lake Base.
さっきまでアインシュタイン博士たちと次の作戦について話してたの。それで食事のタイミングを逃しちゃったから何か食べ物がないかなと思って。
I wonder, does the cafeteria work like there's a specific time where you can go and have food served to you, but if you actually miss that time you have to make food for yourself, but the kitchen will still be open for you to use.
それでキアナは私を探してたの？何かあったわけじゃないけど、ちょっと話がしたくなったから。
The only person that has met Sirin is her.
そんなにかしこまってどうしたのよ？何かしら？シーリンのことなんだけど。シーリン。第二次崩壊の時、テレサはシーリンに会ったことがあるんだよね。ええ。あの子を助けてあげられなかったこと。今でも辛い記憶だわ。彼女は人類の敵になることを選んだ。それでもテレサは彼女を助けたいと思ったの？
Of course. I mean, yeah, she did like a lot of like bad things, but on that like one moment that Teresa had the chance to like bring her back, she hadn't done like that many bad things. She hadn't done the thing about like bringing in the pseudo Herrschers and wreaking havoc in like a bunch of like countries, and she hadn't done the thing about throwing meteors from like the moon onto Earth, destroying like cities. The only like bad thing that she had done at that time was attack that Valkyrie girl that's supposed to be a spy for anti-entropy, and kill the lab scientists. Those were like the only things that she had done at that time. So it would have been great if we could have saved her. I mean, now that I think about it, I'm really happy that Sirin actually gets she gets to be saved in Honkai Gakuen. So it's really nice. I think that something good happened to her in at the very least one of the games. And I think she should still be alive. They just haven't shown her grown-up version. But the thing is that in Honkai Gakuen, the one that has been shown is I'm sorry if I get the name wrong. Kyusho. I believe that's her name. And if I remember correctly, Kyusho and Sirin are very close. So, I mean, at one point in time, Sirin has to show up, right? She didn't die. At the very least, from what I remember, she didn't die at the end of Honkai Gakuen Part 1. But anyways, back to Honkai Impact. No one ever guided her properly, and she was exposed to many bad things. That's the thing. Because the Tower of Babylon was hidden. Well, I think Otto was calling it something else, or he was mentioning that it was something else, like some sort of like orphanage, or a hospital in Siberia. Like no one knew that that place was actually used for like human experiments. And like I wouldn't like think that Teresa at one point at that point in time would be like doubting Otto, because Otto was or is her grandpa.
Teresa. Sirin のような悲劇が二度と起こらないようにするしかない。それがセシリアの願いでもあるわ。ママ、セシリア。
Kiana, it should be fine to call her Mama.
セシリア。彼女はシーリンの元凶に閉じ込められたことがあるわ。中で何があったかは知らないけど。シーリンは彼女と向き合う時にだけ迷いを見せたわ。
Sirin's wish was like super simple. She wanted warmth and care from someone, which was what Cecilia was giving her inside the dream. The warmth and the care given by a mother.
セシリアの目を見た時、本当にあの子を助けようとしてるんだって私も気づいた。彼女の性格からしてきっと最後の1秒まで諦めてなかったと思うわ。もう手遅れだって分かってても彼女は諦めない。彼女はそういう人よ。何かを決めたら最後までやり通すの。自分が傷つこうとも他人に優しくする。
Well, I can't say that I'm happy with the decision that she made, because wasn't there a possibility of Cecilia hiding in the best flower together with like Siegfried and actually staying alive with only Sirin dying? Oh god, I'm gonna sneeze. There we go, sneeze. I really wish Cecilia had stayed alive instead of like dying with Sirin.
その優しさで多くの人を救ってきた。私もジークフリートもシグレキラも、彼女は美しい月光のようで、私たちにぬくもりや愛を教えてくれた。だから私はセシリアの選択を信じる。私もセシリアの愛と優しさを広めていきたいと思ってる。素敵だね。ありがとう、テレサ。その話を教えてくれて。私もちゃんと考えて自分の選択をするよ。久しぶりに昔話をしたら少し感傷的になっちゃったわ。
Well, that whole story of the second eruption was really sad. Too many things happened. A lot of things were lost. A lot of lives.
今日は
A lot of good characters.
セシリアの花で入れたお茶でも飲もうかしら。
Meeting room, Salt Lake Base.
ああ、めんどくさい。
落ち着いてくれ、テスラ博士。君が恋のボリュームを上げても調査進捗は変わらないよ。
何があったの？
人形事件の余波さ。
どんな？
私が説明するわ。私たちが1000体の人形個体を消滅させた後、人形の宿主たちも徐々に正気に戻っていったの。まあ、彼ら自身は律者と意思の疎通を図る手段がなくて、有効な特定方法もないから、調査で推測した結果でしかないんだけど、ここ2ヶ月の失踪報告、当事者の性格が急変したという証言、自身の変化に気づいた本人の申告、そういった方法で特定していったわ。それらの報告をまとめたところ、私たちはその結果に驚いた。その数が1000を超えていたのよ。
人形の数は1000体以上もあったってこと？
そう急いで結論を出す必要はないよ、キアナ。
私たちも最初は驚いたけど、さらに調査したところ、事実は私たちの想定と少し違っていたわ。失踪報告と目撃証言には一部人形と無関係な事件があった。それはまだ私たちの想定内だったんだけど。
Understandable that some of them aren't incidents related to the puppets.
本人の申告によるものに関しては怪しい部分がかなり多かったの。一部内容が矛盾してる人たちもいて、確認しに行くと勘違いだったって言われることもあった。一番わけがわからないのは、3回聞いて3回とも全く違う回答をしたやつよ。
それって誰かが嘘をついてるってこと？
そうよ。どこで情報を掴んだか知らないけど、異常な力によってトラブルを起こした場合、その責任を負わなくてもいいってことを知ったみたい。で、それを利用してる奴らがいるのよ。
This kind of people. If they claimed they were affected by paranormal powers, so they made the best of this opportunity.
そういった奴らは人形のことを全然知らないから、宇宙人に誘拐されたとか、毒キノコを食べたとか、悪霊に取り憑かれたとか、デタラメなことを言ってたわ。そして本当に人形の影響を受けた人たちは、自分に何があったのか説明できないくらい
Well, if there's such a big difference between them, then at the very least we can sort of like separate them. But it's still very annoying that there's people that are trying to just like use this opportunity to do bad stuff. Look who's back. Hmm? She's worried about what the others said to her. And I mean, if Cele's one day adventure is like canon, then every time that she like, or like a lot of times when she gives the body to Red Cele, a lot of misunderstandings are probably like happening, and then she has to go over every single one of them, just like trying to like fix them. How cute. Kiana's room, Salt Lake Base, late night. I hate people that do this. That whenever they ask like a question, a genuine question, they just like laugh at them and then actually not answer the question seriously. I hate that type of like people. I mean, if you don't know, if you like you know the other person and you actually don't know if it's like a joke or not, and then you just end up laughing, then nothing can be done because you thought it was a joke. But if that person goes like, "Oh, I was serious about this," and then of course you're supposed to be going like, "Oh, sorry about that," and then you actually answer the question seriously. And I hate the people that maybe they said, "Oh, sorry, I didn't know it wasn't like a joke," and then they continue like laughing, or like they go like, "Hey, you seriously didn't know about this?" I hate those kind of people. A sudden noise from outside the door woke her up from her light sleep. Late nights had always been soundless in this deep underground base, which made the noise even more unnatural. Something rolled on the floor. The monotonous and mechanical sound was untimely and eerie. She became alert and slowly moved her feet, moving noiselessly to the door.
でも油断は禁物。異常を確認したらすぐみんなに知らせないと。
She readied herself for attack, then jerked the door open.
どうしてこれって支配劇場？
I think I might have figured out what their plan was. Letting everyone else's guard down so that they can actually kidnap Kiana. And now, because before, when they got to Kiana, every single one of the other people on the Hyperion was ready for like a counterattack to like continue on the plan to get rid of all the puppets. But now nobody's ready. It's late at night. Everybody's sleeping. Everybody wants to think that the Legion Herrscher is actually gone. I always keep forgetting the name. Is it the Herrscher of Dominance? I can't remember what name it is. I always keep like calling it the Legion Herrscher instead. So now that everybody is asleep and with their guard down, nobody's gonna try to look for Kiana. Because they're just gonna think, oh, we'll see Kiana next morning. Or something like that.
分かってるくせに。キアナやっと来てくれた。私たち待ちくたびれたよ。私たちどうして？作戦はうまくいったのに、人形は消えたはずなのに、とか思ってるでしょ。どういうことか知りたい？知りたいよね。
I do want to know.
なら来て、来てよ。あなたの決意を見せて。人形が生きてる。支配劇場もまだ消えてない。道理で断りの律者の力が戻ってないわけだ。でもどうして？見逃した人形がいた？それとも1000体以上いたの？
Please, controller, work with me. 来てくれた。 Not like I have any other choice.
やっぱり私たちは間違ってない。あなたが一番資格を持ってるよ。資格？何の話をしてるの？あなたのことは知ってるよ、キアナ。私たちの都市を救ったヒーロー、空の律者、キアナ。
You're the heroine who saved our city. You're the Herrscher of the Void. Is this the same person, the last puppet? The one that said that they were from like Arc City?
あんた、研究室で暮らしてた人？そうそう、会ったこともあるんだよ。あなたはもう覚えてないだろうけど、私はずっとあなたに会いたかった。面と向かって感謝を伝えたかった。
Who?
あの頃の私は普通の中学生だった。天球市の郊外で暮らし、一度もそこを出たことがなかった。でもある日、怪物が学校を襲って平凡な日常を破壊した。学校が廃墟になって、私の友達もクラスメイトも先生たちもがれきの下に埋まった。彼らの助けを呼ぶ声はどんどんと弱くなっていき、やがて静寂が訪れた。なのに私はその横で泣くことしかできなかったの。私の人生はここまでだ。もう誰も私たちを助けてくれないかもって思いながら、私はゆっくりと目を閉じた。
God, this song, dude. Are we really giving the puppet this song?
その時、あなたが現れたんだ。
あ
なたは笑いながら私の頭を撫で、もう大丈夫。よく頑張った。救援はもうすぐやってくるって言ってくれた。私とそんなに年が離れてないのに、あなたの笑顔は揺るぎないもので、勇敢で綺麗で眩しかった。
Oops, sorry.
立ち上がる勇気を振り絞った。学校は廃墟になっちゃったけど、少なくとも私はまだ生きている。その時の私にとってあなたは希望の化身だった。努力すれば何もかもがうまくいくと信じてた。でも私は勘違いしていた。生き残った私は避難の的になった。同じ区域の子供たちもそこの学校の生徒だったのに、生存者は私だけ。
I wonder if all the other parents blame her. Why did you survive instead of my kid? Why you? Why you? I've seen a lot of like stories about this as well, which would then bring in the despair and the feeling of guilt that the puppets would use to take over them. God damn. After Strom mentioned that, I just can't stop thinking about it. This isn't the time for that though.
彼らは互いを支え合い、励まし合ってた。でも、私の両親とだけは距離を置くようになった。どうして私だけが生き残ったのか。
Here it is.
そんな声が少しずつ増えていき、最後は憎しみに変わった。誰も居場所をくれず、誰も両親に仕事を与えなくなった。災害の救援も様々な理由でうちの申請だけが遅れた。
Her neighbors went as far as to sabotage them for like no shelter, no jobs, no post-disaster relief program.
災害は私たちを潰せなかったけど、同胞であるはずの人類が私たちを潰した。母は毎日のように涙を流し、勤勉だった父は酒に溺れ、怒りっぽくなった。ある日、酒を飲んだ父の独り言を耳にした。
Please let it be anything except what I'm thinking of.
あの子も、あの災害で死ねばよかった。
For a parent to say something like this, it's completely, absolutely, and 100% unforgivable.
あの瞬間、私の中で何かが張り裂けそうになった。そして、私の耳元で囁き声が聞こえた。ようこそ、支配劇場へ。もしあなたが私を助けなかったら私は苦しまずに済んだし、両親だってもっといい暮らしができたはずだとだんだんと考えるようになった。しばらくしてまたあなたのことを耳にした。あなたがあの爆弾を止め、都市を丸ごと救ったと。でもそのせいで私の苦難はまだ続いた。あなたが良かれと思ってしたことが私により多くの苦しみを与えた。
There's also like a lot of these stories as well where the heroes in the stories are trying to like do like something good to the people, but these people, it just becomes like so much more difficult later on for like these people because more problems are like arising off of that, and then they then turn against the person that actually saved them, making it seem as if the heroes saving their lives was actually more of a curse rather than anything good.
人の心の卑劣さは災害よりもずっと恐ろしい。こんな世界なんかに最初から本当の救済なんて存在しない。
A blessing, that's the word that I was looking at. the heroes saving these like characters, instead of being a blessing, they turn into a curse in the long run, turning them into like villains later on, which is what happened to this girl. Hmm.
あなたがヒーローならどうして私の両親を苦しめ彼らの人生を壊したクズたちを助けようとするの。やっとここで私は答えを見つけた。ほら、この劇場にいる人はみんなそう。この世界にいるみんなそうなんだよ。盲目的ですぐカッとなる。自分本位で悲観的で自分の欲しいものもすべきことも分からず、ただ他人の言いなりでかわいそうな役者で、そして愚かな人形。あなたに礼を言わないと。あなたが私をこの絶望的な舞台に上がらせたのは、私にそれを教えてくれるためだったんだね。
Instead of saying thank you for saving my life, it's like thank you for sending me into like this path of turning into like a villain.
私も彼らと何の違いもない。私も卑劣で醜い人類の一員だよ。いや、惑わされないよ。あんたは支配の律者、人類じゃない。あんたが彼らの負の感情を大きくし、極端な結論を出すように誘導したんだ。
If I was in Kiana's shoes, I 100% would have lost here. I wouldn't have it wouldn't have been possible for me to see past the lies of the Herrscher of Dominance, of the fact that they amplify the negative emotions and lure them into the darkness. The fact that after hearing Kiana say this, the fact that that kid ended up here is the fault of the Herrscher of Dominance, not the kid herself, or like not the fault of like Kiana. あんたは所詮人類の考えを真似する人形。人の心はそう簡単じゃない。あんたの宿主、あの女の子もそんな弱い人なんかじゃない。うん。勝手に言ってれば。どうやらあなたはまだ自分の立場が分かってないみたいね。さあ来て。まだ聞かせたい話がたくさんあるんだから。なあ。あの子を助けたつもりが、かえって辛い目に遭わせてた。私の努力が悪い結果をもたらしたの。I see the problem. Even though she said that, it's like the seed of doubt actually has started growing inside of her mind. But I didn't think this would be going for that long, so I need to go to the toilet. BRB. Oh. And I'm back. So when I went to the toilet, I suddenly remembered there's like not many stories that actually have the sort of like situation happening. If you as a hero, if saving a person brings them more suffering instead of bringing them actual salvation, what would you do? Is the big question. And I seriously have no idea what I would do personally. Because if you're being like a hero, and if you see somebody that you can save and you just simply decide to like not save them, it's also gonna put this like thought in your mind that you were the one that killed them. You had the power to save them, but you didn't. Therefore, you killed them. And the guilt of this can like later on consume you. Because there's probably isn't like it isn't gonna happen like once or twice. It's probably gonna happen a lot of times. So it'll just like keep like stacking against you, like this whole like feeling of guilt of like not saving a person. It's hard. It's a very, very hard decision. And it's a very, very hard situation. And Kiana mentioned that like you are the Herrscher of Domination. You're making it seem like the girl was thinking that way, but the girl actually doesn't think that way. The girl is like much stronger. But then right after everything was done, it's just like she started feeling like doubt about what she had done. Like maybe it's better to like not save everyone. Maybe not everyone has to be saved. Maybe I'm bringing pain to the people that I'm saving instead of just letting them rest in peace or something of the sort. It's like it's hard. It's really, really hard. It's a very, very hard situation to like go through.
また追いついてくれた。報酬として質問するチャンスをあげる。一回だけだよ。
あんたの宿主、あの女の子はまだ生きてるの？
はあ、なんだそんな質問か。つまらない。いいよ、答えてあげる。私たちは人類より正直だからね。あの私は一応生きてる。でも周りに仲間外れにされ、両親に冷たくされ、心が崩れつつある。生きてるよりも死んだ方がマシだろうね。それもあなたのせいだ。あなたが私を苦しませる奴らを助けた。あんな奴らはさっさと死ぬべきだ。あの爆弾でみんな死ねばよかったんだよ。
そんなことさせない。もう一度選択する機会があったとしても、私はあの災害を阻止する。
じゃあ、あなたは奴らの共犯者だ。人殺しだ。
The more they talk, the harder the situation becomes. Because you're not on my side, you're against me. You're their accomplice. You're evil. It's all your fault. Everything is getting thrown at Kiana.
家族を失った辛い気持ちを生き残った人にぶつけるのは人の心にある悪だよ。でもあんたが言ったように、彼らが早くトラウマを克服するため互いを支え合い励まし合ったのは人の心にある善。
They were evil to this girl and their family. That is the bad part of the human heart, but they also supported each other and helped each other to just like get through all that tragedy that happened, which is the goodness of the human heart.
誰にだって心に善と悪が共存してる。だからそれは 私が人助けを諦める理由にはならない。
何
それ、自分のための弁解？そうか、そうだね。あなた自身があの最大の悪だもんね。
Don't tell me that you're gonna try to say because you were the one that brought the second eruption.
私のことをたくさん話したから、そろそろあなたの話をしようよ。
She didn't say it, but I think Kiana understood it.
どう呼べばいい？キアナ？実験体 K423？ それとも空の律者シーリン？
あんたの目的ってまさか。
当たりだよ。もう気づいてると思うけど、私たちは仲間になる素質を持った人のところに行ける。
We can visit people who have the potential to become a part of us.
でも彼女の意識があなたに抑えられたせいで、糸をあなたに巻きつけることができない。彼女を劇場に招待することができないんだ。
But that's not the case now.
だから決めたんだ。何に変えてもあなたを私たちの劇場に引っ張り込むってね。私たち一人一人は弱いけど、みんなの力を集めればきっとあなたも隙を見せてくれるはず。あなたたちの罠や小細工、私たちの劇場で砲撃を仕掛けてきたことも私たちは全然気にしてないよ。だってあなたが劇場に入ってきた瞬間から私たちは成功してるんだもの。
I wonder then, the reason Cele was able to actually get in was because of the other Cele, because the other Cele was filled with negative emotions. Well, she's literally negative emotion herself. Bronya was just when Bronya was taken in, what happened? Why was Bronya taken in? Was it because of the despair of whatchamacallit, of not being able to succeed, the wealth name, about the despair that she felt maybe from the wealth, not from the wealth, from like the Herrscher core on that dream, maybe? Mira, Kitty.
そろそろ終幕の時間だから。
支配の律者、最初からこれを計画してたの？道理で仲間の犠牲を全然気にしないわけだ。
Just giving my cat some rubbies. Kitty. She likes shin rubbies.
人形が増えた。
戸惑ってる？悩んでる？あなたの考えが読めるよ。でもそんなの全然意味がない。人形は所詮人形。あなたたちは本物の支配の律者に一度も気づいていない。ここはいいね。見晴らしがいいし、最高の演目を行うのにふさわしい。
The puppets are just part of the Herrscher of Dominance. The true Herrscher of Dominance is the hand controlling the strings. That's what they meant, right? So I got it. I think I got it right.
もう終幕の時間だけどね。おやおや、役者がもう待ちわびてるみたいだ。
あんたたちの本当の目的はシーリンの意識を刺激し、空の律者を再び目覚めさせること。
そうだよ。
今外の奴らは一見落着とか思ってるでしょ。みんな普段の生活に戻りたいとか思ってるでしょ。
So at the end of the day, they don't want the power of the Herrscher of the Void. They just want a Herrscher of the Void to actually come back. Is it because the Herrscher of the Void can cause even more trouble than them using the Herrscher of the Void's power?
ネゲントロピーは怪しいと思いつつも、民衆の圧力によって危機は去ったと言わざるを得ない。
And if the crisis suddenly wakes back up and comes, if the crisis comes back and wrecks everyone's life once again, then the trust that people have on anti-entropy is gonna go down big time. You lied to us. The crisis hasn't been lifted. They're still here. You didn't do anything. It's all your fault. Why are you not doing anything?
さて問題。もしこの時、私たちが再び登場して、さらに空の律者を連れていたら、人類たちはネゲントロピーをどうすると思う？
Yep.
そうそう。キアナカスラナは自分の力をコントロールできている。
That's true. The trust people have in anti-entropy is gonna plummet, and it's gonna go into the negative numbers. Oh, why is the Herrscher of Dominance back? Huh? Kiana Caslana can't actually control her power since she returned to the Herrscher of Void form and is destroying part of the world. We cannot trust you anymore. You lied to us. Ooh.
そんなことはさせない。
でもそれは今までの計画に過ぎない。
Oh?
今回の行動で意外な収穫があった。キアナ、あなたはシーリンよりも私たちの一員になる資格があるかもしれない。
Oh?
さあ、来て。あなたのための審判が始まるよ。審判、審判、審判。静粛に、静粛に。
These are the...
今から新メンバーにその資格があるか審判を行う。名前を言え。
知ってる、知ってる。彼女はキアナ。キアナカスラナ。
いや、彼女はキアナなんかじゃない。
かわいそうなやつ。名前も人から盗んだものだったな。
Yeah, every single one of the puppets that we defeated are okay. So yeah, if we don't destroy the real Herrscher of Dominance, then all the puppets will remain the same. Even if they get destroyed, even if they get wounded, the Herrscher of Dominance can bring them back. Give them like a new body or like repair them.
でも心配ない。心配ないよ。ここのみんなだってそう。みんなあなたと同じ敗者なんだから。
あんたたちの基準で私を判断しないで。
おや、私たちが嫌？あなたにそんな資格がある？私たちは人形だけど、あなたはどうなの？コアの入ったクローン実験体？うわ、人類じゃない。そもそも人類じゃないんだ。
静粛に、静粛に。新メンバー、罪を白状せよ。
知ってる、知ってる。あなたのせいでジークフリートという男が全てを失った。あなたを助けるために彼は娘を失った。器の大きい彼はあなたを育てたのに、恥知らずなあなたは彼の腕を切り、彼をパパと呼んだ。あな
たが自分をコントロールできず、おとなしく閉じ込められるつもりもないせいで、あなたの友達はみんな帰る場所を失った。
She's talking about Saint Freya?
あなたは美しい世界を守るために戦うと言いながら、自分の先生をその手で殺した。あなたは親友を傷つけ、そのせいで彼女はあんな危険な場所に身を置くようになった。
May.
あなたはヒーローらしいことをしてるけど、あなたの周りにいる人はどんどん少なくなって、世界はますますひどくなった。あなたは悪人、罪人だ。あなたの人助けでその罪をあがなうことなんてできない。知ってる。私たちは知ってるよ。あなたの心の声を、本当の考えを、そこの見えない絶望と苦しみを。あなたは私たちの誰よりも苦しみの味を知ってる。あなたはこの世界の誰よりも人形の宿主になることに向いてる。自分を見極めて、現実と向き合え。
Damn.
もうあんたたちのデタラメを聞き飽きた。このバカバカしい審判、そろそろ終わりにさせてもらうよ。
She's not losing at all. Every single time that the puppets are like talking, I'm afraid that Kiana is gonna like lose, especially because she doubted herself after everything. After everything was said on the first part with the puppet. But she's much stronger than she seems. Every single time that she's talking with the puppet, she's able to like answer back to it, or like talk back to it.
あんたたちに惑わされない。私は屈しないし、絶望もしない。せっかく第二律者の記憶をわざと見せたのに、何も感じないの？
So that was the puppet. Even though Kiana said it's this nightmare again, it was the puppet that brought it back out.
やっぱりあんたたちの仕業だったんだ。だけど、そういうのは聞かないよ。私を信頼して支えてくれる人が私の周りにたくさんいて、彼女たちが私にすべきことを教えてくれた。それを利用して私を動揺させるつもりなら諦めた方がいいよ。あなたを信頼して支えて、あなたをかばって放任しての方が正しいでしょ。あなたが空の律者であり、人類最大の脅威であると知りながらリスクを冒してあなたを生かした。命がけであなたを守ってあなたを呼び戻す人もいた。しかし彼女たちにそんなことをする資格がある？セシリアでも姫子でも、シーリンやあなたを助けた時、他の人たちのことを考えた？そのせいでたくさんの人たちが恐怖にさらされることを考えた？いや、彼女たちは数千万の命を考えずに、あなたをいつ爆発するかわからない爆弾を、救いようもない罪人を選んだ。それがあなたの言ったすべきこと？自分勝手。所詮は偽善者の自己満足だ。もういい。怒った？仲間が悪く言われるのが気に入らない？誤解しないで。あなたにもいろいろあって、何を言われてもあなたの意志が揺らがないことくらい分かってるよ。でもそんなあなたにも心残りがあって、埋められない隙間がある。私たちはあなたのすべてを知ってる。あなたの心も苦しみもね。
Oh?
一般人が虚数空間で生き残れるわけがないと分かってるのに、あなたは何度も何度も自分を騙してきた。
There's only one person that they can be talking about.
あなたはネゲントロピーの他に天命もヨルムンガンドもプレイグジェムを探してて、それなのに今まで何の収穫もないということを知ってる。
We also know this. We know this from like the talk that May had with Kevin.
本当は分かってるくせに真実を認めようとせず、自分を騙すかのように絶対連れ戻すからとか言ってたね。
And she did say this before going to sleep.
ほらほら、まだ誰のことかも言ってないのにもう分かってるんです。彼女があなたの心にある一番弱い部分、あなたの永遠に言えない傷だよ。もしもあの日に戻れたら、もしも彼女の命を救えたら、あなたは全てをかけて罪を償いたいと思ってる。動揺しないって言ってるけど、事実を目の前にしてもあなたはまだ平然としていられる？その時が来たとしても、あなたは自分の言った素晴らしさを信じられる？できない、できないよ。だってあなたは退屈極まりない偽善の道を選んだ。それは終わりのない愚者の道だよ。そろそろクライマックス、人の心を震わせる大逆転の時間だ。希望が絶望になった瞬間、あなたはどんな表情を見せる？早く来て。私たちによく見せて。どうだどうだ、見覚えあるだろ？誰がそれを持ってたかわかる？どうしてここにあるかわかる？プレイグジャム。
Why?
そうだよ、心の中の答えを言え。村田姫子はもう死んだんだよ。
Why do they have it? Everyone has been looking for the gem, or at the very least Himeko's body, just so that they know what happened to her. Why do they have it? And what's worse, showing it in front of Kiana. So far, all the taunting that they have been giving, all the taunts they have been throwing at Kiana, and she has been able to actually take them and tank them and keep herself like sane, not giving up to like the despair that might be forming in her heart. But after that has been shown to her, I think that was their play from like the writers. Now that Kiana has been shown this, will she be able to still hold herself steadfast against the taunts, against the despair that the Herrscher of Dominance is trying to bring her, to turn her into a puppet? And is that why it's this person's back that is being shown in the last chapter? Alright, I'm gonna click it, and I'm gonna hope that nothing starts. Please don't start. Save. Now let's see, how long is this? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 and 2 movies and 3 documents. What time is it? Oh god, I only have like 30 minutes. Dude, there's no way that I can finish this in one stream. This looks so long. And I don't know how long this like couple like... Oh, I don't know how long this is gonna be. I want to do this 4. They look short. Because there's like this like spot where it cuts. do I just hope that I'm gonna be able to finish it in one stream? There's so much. There's so many stopping points as well. There's one here. There's another one here. There's another one here. There's another one, and this is like the last one. It's not looking good, dude. It's not looking good at all. How long is this chapter? Gosh, pain. Guess I have like no more time. Let me see, let me see. Alright, there's some eclipse going on today. Completely forgot about that. Me. Alright. Is this gonna be a good stopping point? Because I want to finish the rest of it in one stream. Like, how long did it take me to actually finish the chapter? 3 hours. From, what was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 stages took me 3 hours to finish. $30 per stage, I think. So is this gonna be the same? Is it gonna be 30 minutes per stage? Am I gonna have to spot at one point in time? Am I gonna have to like stop here? That's the thing that I fear, dude. It's the end of the arc. Do I wake up earlier? Do I start the stream earlier in order to actually do it? I have no idea what I'm gonna be doing. I might have to. I might have to like wake up early, and the moment everyone leaves the house, I just start the stream immediately. And try to use like that extra time to like finish it. But if it's 30 minutes per stage, it's 16 stages. Let me bring out the calculator. 30 times 16. 8 hours. This is not gonna last 8 hours, right? If that's the case, I am gonna have to split it into 2. Oh gosh. I guess I'm just gonna have to cope. I'm just gonna have to cope with it. There's nothing that I can do. Man. I wish I had more time. I wish I had more time. So before it leaves you, it has left us in like a sort of like cliffhanger, sort of like state. But it gives like an idea of what might be happening. And once again, I have no idea what's gonna end up happening on this like last arc. Why? Why is this person's back here? Why? Are we gonna be the ones as the players that are gonna get like completely swallowed by the Herrscher of Dominance? Is Kiana gonna survive, but us as players gonna fall into despair because they are throwing us this specific picture of this very specific person at us? Is that it? Oh god damn it. Gosh. I have no idea what's gonna happen. I don't think I'm safe. Why does it have to be so long? Ah, why can it not? How long was this? Was this 16 as well? This was 13, right? No, this was 7. That's why I was able to finish it in one day. I just want to scream, dude. I just want to scream. How long was this? I can't remember if I finished this in one stream. This was 14. Right, let me check. Was I able to finish chapter 19 in one stream? I have to know. Or are you? Here it is. Studio. Content. Live. Load faster! 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19. 18. I did finish 19 in 4 hours. There's a chance. 16 plus 17. I did it in 6 hours. Okay. Wait, what do I have? 2 of them. Oh, one of them I privated that because it actually didn't work because of like lag. Alright. The end of chapter 14. 14, how long did it take me? 4 hours. There might be a chance. There might be a chance. Okay. There might be a chance because this is the end of everything that it might be shorter than everything else. Because I think I played the solo stage and I had to like split it into 2, and then I had to split the Legion Theater into 2, right? Yes. This was 8 hours. This is 6 hours. And I also have been starting late a couple of days. So yeah, there might be a chance to finish this. If I'm not dumb and I wake up early, I start the stream early, and I just go straight into it. No yapping. No yapping at the start, no yapping at the end. Just do it. Just come into the stream. Hello, give my greeting. I'm going to be playing chapter 25. And then boom, 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 and start it. Bam, 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 speed run it. And keep my yapping to a minimum. Maybe that's the only way that I'm going to be able to actually do this. Maybe, perhaps. I don't know. Oh, I don't think I was supposed to see that. I got to trigger happy. Just like clicking everything. Oh, by the way, for people that don't know, weekly share are the freest 30 crystals ever because you just do this. Bam. Bam. And ta-da! 30 crystals. Oh god. I'm gonna be stressed for the rest of the day. Because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish it. Chapter 25. Alright. I'm gonna pray that chapter 25 is actually short. I'm gonna pray because there's a lot of like there's times when they have like a lot of like chapters together and they are actually like very, very like, what's it click on it? It actually clicks on it if I actually do it too close to the bottom of it. There's stages that can be like very close together and they actually just like finish immediately because they're like battle stages. Like I think these ones were really, really fast. So it was just like boom, you turn into Cell and it's just like battle, 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 and then just a cut into like the next stage, and then battle, 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 cut into the next stage real quick, battle, 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 cut into the next stage. And you can get through them like really, really quickly. Or if there's like a boss battle like on this one was really quick. This 3, I just hope it isn't bugged, dude. Oh god, I forgot about the bug where the voices and the sound effects just like get cut off because of a CG. The game bugs. I hope there's none of that in that last chapter. Why can it not be as like short as this one? It's twice like the length, twice the number of like chapters. This one, well, more than twice. The other one was 7. This one's 16 plus all these. Why is there so much at the end? There's no movies in the middle either. I think I should be afraid of the fact that there's no movies in the middle, because that means that any sort of like movie or anything that happens might happen inside of the stage. Because that's what they've been doing. Instead of having these, they actually put all the movies and all of the talk inside of the stage, which makes also like the entire chapter much longer than. Oh. Despair. If you cannot tell, I am very much in despair right now. I hate this. Let's open this so I can get rid of the new. Gosh darn it. But yeah. Wait, that's not what I wanted to do. Which button am I supposed to like press? I forgot. Why are my eyes like this? No, that's not it. Okay, reset. There we go. I have no idea when I press the button to actually make my expression like sad. I don't really use my expressions that much. I thought I would be using them more, but it's the fact that you'd have to like change your expressions like midstream. And well, I'm like completely sucked into like the story. So there's like no time to actually change my expression. Plus, if I press one of the buttons to change my expression while I'm in the game screen, it actually doesn't work. I had to be outside the game screen to actually change my expressions to like anything. Maybe it'd be easier if I had an iPhone, you know? Oh, I know why my tracking is like screwed up. For some reason, my phone like started like slipping over to the side, and it was like completely like turned. Well, not completely turned. It was like a like diagonal like. How can I mention it? It was turned. It was turned instead of like looking straight into me, and it made it seem kind of weird. And now because it was like that for so long, the tracking is like completely like screwed up. I have to like tilt my head towards the left to actually make it seem like I'm standing straight. And if I'm like normal, I'm just like tilted to the left. My character's like tilted to the left, to the right, to the side. But yeah, I might start my stream earlier tomorrow to be able to do as much as possible of the last chapter. But I'm not making any promises. I am gonna try, but I will not make any promises. But because I'm not sure of being able to actually wake up earlier or like being completely free from things earlier to be able to start the stream. But all I can hope for is that I'm gonna be able to finish the chapter in one stream, because a lot of things happen on those last chapters, and yeah, it'd be like a real shame to actually just have to cut. Or maybe I do it like I did it for like chapter 17, where I just did like a very long stream. Yeah, you know what? I think that might be fine. Starting earlier or going for like a long stream, and then I take Wednesday off, because when I do like really long streams, like it takes a toll, especially for this like for end of arc chapters. It takes a toll on my mind. So I need like that extra day to just like calm myself, and then we can start working on whatever's next, which should be. My friend told me to be very careful about this, that there's this. And this is apparently an actual chapter. So yeah, we can continue with like this after being done with chapter 25. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I have no idea what's going to end up happening on chapter 25. I am completely lost. I see the idea, but I don't see Kiana losing to the Herrscher of Dominance. Even if she's been lying to herself about Himeko. she knows that she is gone 100%. So the whole thing of her thinking that she's gonna be bringing Himeko back is just like some sort of like coping mechanism of her, just like thinking, oh, she's still alive, she survived, I'm gonna find her for sure, which is the same thing that was happening to like Mei. But both of them know that she's gone. They're just lying to themselves. But yeah, I don't think Kiana would fall into the Herrscher of Dominant's hands just off of the fact of showing the Gem of Haste. But the big deal is just like, why does it have the Gem of Haste? Nobody had found it. So why does the Herrscher of Dominance have it? When and where did it get it? It's a big question. I just noticed that my nails are pretty long. I should cut them. Yeah, because they get really... I don't know if you guys have had long nails. Like my nails aren't that long. They aren't like long as in like to make like use any sort of like paint or anything like that. They're just like lightly long, very, very slightly long. They're like long enough for me to actually accidentally just like scratch myself, which is what I was gonna be mentioning, that when nails get like slightly longer, like very, 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 they're still like super, super sharp, but they still can hurt by accident. Like when I take a bath and I'm just like using the towel and I'm moving the towel and stuff like that, there's times where I can just like, when I throw the towel or I throw one of like my clothing's like somewhere, I can just like end up scratching myself, and it's like a pain. But yeah, I cannot read the game. At this moment in time, I have no read on what's going to happen in chapter 25, and I have no idea why they decided to show Himeko in the thumbnail. Himeko's back, because it's 100%. There's only one character that has shown themselves with that sort of clothing, Himeko. Wrong Himeko. And it's this Himeko. Here, this is what I was talking about, appreciation mode. This is the look that we have in the thumbnail. Pretty much something like this. But way, way closer. Something like this. This is the look that we have. And she's the only character that has this fluff that I love. But I have no idea what it means. Is it because the Herrscher of Dominance mentioned Himeko at the end, that this is just going to be like some sort of like... That's why they're baiting us with this? Is that why? We will never know. Until tomorrow. Anyways. I thought this was going to be like a very, very short stream because of the amount of like stages that were left. But I was wrong. Very, very wrong. The stages are very, very, very long. 30 minutes per stage. And I ended up finishing everything. I was thinking of like doing a bit of post Honkai Odyssey Part 2. Unlocking like the dailies, the weeklies, the thingies that I can start grabbing. But I guess it ain't happening because I'm out of time. And one of my favorite food is actually waiting for me downstairs, which is seafood. I really, really like seafood. So I'm gonna go and grab myself some seafood with some tostadas, and I'm gonna have a very, very nice time eating them. The only thing is that I don't have anything to drink. I miss my tea. Probably gonna have to get more tea later. But yeah, that's the end of it. Chapter 24, the Legion Theater. Will Kiana be able to hold herself sane, to keep herself sane against the Herrscher of Dominance? Will she turn herself into a puppet, or will she just start, or will the puppet start corrupting her mind slowly and we'll have to like bring her back or something of the sort? I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. But anyways, I'm jabbing too much. I'm gonna end the stream now. If you had fun watching me play the video games, then of course I hope that you stick around for later. And well, I've seen it a lot that apparently like the end of arc chapters get a lot of like views. So I hope people have a lot of fun with what is gonna end up happening on the last on this like last chapter of this arc. Oh God. I'm afraid. Oh, my stomach's rumbling. It's telling me to stop streaming. So yeah, My stomach is calling, and my seafood is calling as well. So, for everybody that watched it live, or anybody that watches the VOD, of course, VODs are always going to be available on my YouTube channel. And yeah, I guess this is just bye bye. See you guys tomorrow, unless there's some sort of like complication, because complications can always end up happening. I hope there's no complications tomorrow for me to stream. But anyways, just I'll try to just set up the waiting room and everything like that. Anyways, and if something happens, I'll just put it on chat. Yeah. Bye bye. Bye.